think one thing we know, unless CDC does something crazy, we're going to have 101,000 people in the stadium. That's all we can fit. There's not going to be 300,000 people in there or something crazy. They're going to play with 11. We're going to play with 11. Last time I checked, the field's not going to change. And so how do we want to play in the environment that we're comfortable being in? We don't have to make this more than it needs to be. We need to focus on the task at hand and our preparation and recognize we're playing a good opponent who's really well coached, who's a disciplined football team.
Tess, Bama week.
Hi.
Hello. I think you would be okay if the game was tomorrow.
I'd be okay if it was right now, like 5 minutes.
We made it. We've talked about this game in person for several months, like so many Longhorn fans. I think the entire country will be watching this. Yeah. And we get to talk about it on installment 3 of our personal podcast series, Tuesdays with Tess, brought to you by our guys at Honest AC and Plumbing all over the North Austin area and the northern suburbs. So you just heard Coach Sark. I know that was a lot of coach speak for anyone, but he's right. I mean, there's nothing different. You can only put X amount of people into that stadium. There's probably going to be, 50 to 75,000 more outside of the stadium. I mean, what do you anticipate? Because this thing's maybe, as you and I talked about, this may be an all-day thing from sun up to way past sundown.
I hope so. I hope we're out there celebrating a victory to sun up. I mean, the hype, it's like, you can cut it with a knife. So it's in the air, and I'm so pumped. I think everybody in this town is pumped. I mean, we've been talking about this. You said, for a year, maybe even a couple years when we knew they were going to end up on our schedule. I mean, this has been, and it's finally coming to a head this Saturday at 11 a.m. So I think it's huge, but I did like the fact that Sark was kind of just saying, it's just another game. The field's the same. The crowd's the same. It kind of reminds me of that scene in Hoosiers where he took the kids in there and measured the net and told them that it was like, it's a bigger stage, but it's the same thing. So just do what you do, play what you play, and, keep your head in the game. And I think that's really cool that Sark mentioned that.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, some cliches drive home a lot of strength and power, but it's true. I mean, there's so many storylines. Sark against his former boss and pretty much the entire coaching staff, and this fan base, which is starving for something big to happen at home against an opponent like this. And this may be Nick Saban's best Alabama team, and we're going to talk about that amongst other things. But first things first, back home at DKR this past Saturday, the season opener, not really rating on a scale, but how would you rate that experience, the overall 3 or 4 hours leading up to it, getting into the stadium, what you saw, the conversations, everything?
Oh, well, the first game is always fun because there's just so much anticipation. But I give it a probably an 8 or a 9 up there. It was. I mean, I think we had a good crowd. I think we need to fill the end zone for the Bama game. I think that's super important. So there better be some people down there. And I mean, we need a packed house at this game. I will be shocked if it's not. So that's one thing I was a little surprised by. But I guess maybe the weather could have been due to some of that too, because there was some rain predicted. People might have been scared of getting wet, but anyways, it didn't rain. The weather was perfect. I by far the coldest first Texas game I've ever been to.
That's a good point.
Cold front. So that was cool. It was in the 80s, overcast. Loved it. Got to be with a lot of good friends. Loved the people that were in my section. So good, solid Horns fans. So excited to be sitting with them for an entire season. And we won. So, I mean, what's not to love? So, and we won big. And I I think we needed to win big against ULM, not only because of the following game, but also just it being the first game and that team, we needed to come out and kind of show our stuff. And we did.
100%, 52-10, the final against Louisiana-Monroe. We're about to dive into that. And one thing I did ask Stevie Lee with our latest pod recording we had. He said that all the people who to fill those seats in the south end zone were there. They were just in that garage area of where that lower level is, where they can be on the field near the bars.
Oh,
they were not in the seats. And I'm like, well,
close the bars down when the game starts. Get out of the bar, get on the field, fill the seats, and then you can go back to the bar during halftime.
Yeah, but don't all go at once. This it looks better. Looks awful.
Yeah, it looks better when there's people in the stands. I mean, you can take your drink to your seat. Come on.
Yeah,
get up here.
Come on. Get out
of the garage bar.
Or have people come down and be the cocktail waiter or waitress. Come on.
That's right. Whatever it takes, get up and fill the seat.
Yeah, it looks terrible. So you and I get to sit together for a few games last week, and then of course BAMA. When I just hear BAMA, I get goosebumps. I really do.
I know.
But you and I sat around. You were right. There's some great people, but there's two guys that were sitting to our left, and they were fun. Two dads. And I'm going to show their picture. They probably aren't expecting this. I hope they watch it. They're starting to follow the pod on the Instagram page. But these two dudes were probably the most laid back. Tell their story. I mean, they gave us the full backstory of. I mean, they were drinking Carbot beer, good choice.
They were on Dad's night out. It was their night out, and so they were enjoying some good American football and a lot of nuts. And some ice cream with extra nuts. And I think they had a grand old time.
They were fine Americans, and then the crickets invaded their privacy.
Oh, that's right. We did. We had a bug swarm.
Yeah.
It wasn't the apocalypse. The world didn't end. No. But we all survived the bugs. I don't even know how a cricket get up that high, but
I've always been amazed by that because they're up on those lights too above the.
That's right.
Yeah. How does that happen?
I don't know. They're very, very agile. Those crickets are
very agile, athletic.
Yeah, athletic. We should recruit them.
Yeah, we should.
Recruit the crickets.
So these two guys, I hope we see you guys. Well, they will. They will be in that section, right?
I think they said they were coming to the BAMA game, so that'll be fun.
Everybody's coming to the BAMA game in some form or fashion, I think.
Everybody and their dog.
Everybody and their dogs. Luna needs to come. You're a dog mom to Luna.
Oh, I wish I could bring dogs. That'd be fun.
Oh my God, that'd be so much fun, like a baseball game. So I'm going to show you this. We're going to pull this up. So Saturday night, QB1, the new QB1, that being Quinn Ewers. Pretty good performance other than that second, I guess the first drive, his second pass picked off. He passed it I think he threw it into coverage. It was not supposed to do that. But meanwhile, he humored the fact that UTPD towed his car or truck during the game. And you have being a Texas X, you know the UTPD parking folks are ruthless, just absolutely unforgiving. That's
right. And they should have never towed his car. They should have given him – he needs his own parking space. He should have a space right in front of the stadium. I mean, come on. That is ridiculous. I mean, I've fallen victim to their towing and ticketing and, their parking shenanigans. But I wasn't the quarterback of the Texas football team. So, right. I mean, it's just like, come on. I mean, what are they going to have to start like carpooling and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just weird.
I did a little research, or let's just say I just texted around and made a call. I was curious. No one knows truly for sure as of this recording, but there's speculation that what probably happened was he parked his car or truck in a parking garage, and they're all instructed, hey, since they go stay in a hotel the night before, the whole team, that they probably are instructed, hey, if you have your car or truck parked in a garage or a spot, you got to move it by 6 p.m. Friday because of it's for game day crowds who have the passes. So
well,
that's
I mean,
probably
he kind of had a lot going on.
Yeah. But he'll learn.
He had a lot going on. And for those parking attendants, they should be in the stands filling seats and not out in the parking lot distributing tickets. I hope that they're doing that next week and they're not out there ticketing our players.
That'll resolve it. We've already had a boot incident.
That's right.
But
you're going to lose the whole team to parking casualties.
Yeah, come on. You get suspended for that.
Isn't it hard enough right now? I mean, that's a different story than what happened to Quinn. But, I mean, good night almighty. They're all going to end up having to ride scooters or bikes or something.
Yeah, scooters. I stay off the scooters. David Hamilton, the former shortstop of Texas baseball from 3 years ago, tore his Achilles tendon. So stay off because of the skater.
So we need to accommodate their parking. Yeah. They need to get them their own. They need their own little garage or something. They got their own mustard. They should have their own parking space.
And we're going to be talking about that good mustard here in a minute. You and I got to see that. So Sarkisian talked about that play that you and I saw about him and that when Quinn threw that interception. And this is what he had to say about that.
You know, that was an opportunity where what we called was not a great call. They covered it. He got flushed and he tried to force a throw. And so, you know, really good learning moment for him. But I didn't feel for a second where he got flustered or was out of whack by any means. I thought he was very composed. Even the throws that he missed, he almost signaled to me like I should have done this or I could have done that. You know, and that part was encouraging.
So he had pretty good numbers, learning moments and everything. We all experience failure, but for his first game, I mean, obviously he's technically a redshirt freshman.
Right.
You've seen a lot of QBs, Tess. I mean, as far as how he handled all that and responding after that interception.
Right.
What was your opinion of how he responded after that?
Oh, I thought he was great. I mean, and you know, I think the key to any of this is grace under pressure and also just being so young and you know, green. I thought he handled it well, and quite honestly, I would have been shocked if he didn't throw an interception. Yeah. So
good point.
You know, I was glad that he got it out of his system early and didn't repeat it. Multiple times. So I mean, I don't know how that wouldn't have happened, but I was really impressed by his performance overall in his first game on that, you know, in such a large landscape, you know, large audience and et cetera. So, I mean, I thought Quinn did great, and I can't wait to see what he'll do against BAMA, bring on the serious pressure.
So 16 of 24, only 8 incomplete passes, 2 TD passes, and of course that INT. And then he did he had 1 carry for -9, but that was a sack that he took. So instead of go through all of the stats, I was going to do a segment with you. We're going to do something called thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up, thumbs down to what you saw from the receivers through a vanilla offensive game plan. I'm with you. We talked after the game where you were thinking, and I think a lot of people are starting to understand this, they weren't going to show a bunch of their offense or any of their defense in that game. It's all base.
Oh, yeah. I think it was well. And then, you know, we even put Hudson in, you know, later on, too, because, I mean, the last thing you want to do is we don't want any injuries. That's for sure. And then also, we're not going to show our hand right before the game or even this early to everybody else. So, I mean, and the fact that we still pulled it off, you know, 52-10, I thought that was great, you know, and with us just kind of playing our soft game, I like to call it.
They weren't putting anything on film. So thumbs up or thumbs down to what you saw from the receivers and the receivers, and like Jatavian Sanders, a big, super tight end, whatever. He could play any position at that. I mean, he's a big body that's athletic. From what you saw from the receivers, and I know Xavier Worthy only had 2 receptions, but thumbs up or thumb down to the receivers?
I'm going to say thumbs up to Jatavian Sanders because I think it was surprising because, Xavier and Quinn are roommates. And so I think a lot of people thought that Quinn was going to be, dropping a lot of balls to Xavier. And actually, it turned out to be Jatavian that he was kind of like, meshing with. Now, I don't know also if that was also due to the coverage on Xavier just because he's Xavier. So, I mean, because so maybe, but it's cool that, Xavier obviously talented is in his own right. And like you said, still had 2 catches, but it'll be interesting. It's cool now too that to see Quinn meshing with Jatavian and how good Jatavian did. So now we got Jatavian and Xavier, and I mean, and I think Xavier will come out and show some, superstardom. That's just kind of the way it worked, I think, in that game though too. Yeah. I don't think it was on purpose.
No, that's the way they were taking what's available to them.
That's right.
Of course, Jordan Whittington, he remained healthy, which is great. Of course, Troy O'Meary had a reception. That's another guy that I think has been injury prone over the years that finally getting to see him play. And a guy you mentioned a lot, Casey Kane from New Orleans. Now, Bijan, not a lot of carries. I mean, he had 10 carries, 71 yards on the ground. That's 7 yards a carry. And then 3 receptions for 40 yards for a touchdown. Thumbs up or down on the usage of him?
I'm going to say thumbs up because I think that we didn't overutilize Bijan. Obviously, the last thing we want is Bijan to get hurt. And he still went out there and did very good Bijan things. And so, I mean, he still did an amazing job. And also, I mean, you're always going to see heavy coverage on him anyways because he's Bijan. But I think we used him just enough to get some points on the board, turn the ball over, do things like that. But we didn't, we just don't, we don't want to give everything away. And we definitely just, we don't want anything to happen to him. So I think, they used him just the right amount. So I would say thumbs up. And obviously he's capable of a heck of a lot more, but we didn't need that. So even better.
Got that juke move where he juked out 3 of ULM's guys and right into the end zone. Beautiful. That's what you call a Bijan type of, what did you say? Bijan things.
Bijan things.
Thumbs up or thumbs down to the offensive line, which is a work in progress.
I'm gonna say I'm I don't know if I'm going thumbs up all the way here. Because like you said, it's a work in progress. It was the first game. It was the first time the quarterback was out there. Yeah. I mean, it was his first game. So I think it's kind of hard to, cast any real negative judgment on them. And they still put 52 points on the board. So I'm just like, I don't really, and I think it was good. I mean, obviously we're always going to be wanting to improve, but again, I don't know if I saw everything because like you said, I don't really know if we put it all out on the table and went full throttle. It didn't seem that way to me. So I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah.
But I still think I liked what I saw. I want to see more, but I mean, a lot of these teams, you don't really see that progress until the first couple games, No. So we have to give them a little bit of time. You can't just after the first game.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's going to take a while. Defense, I thought the line played a factor, defensive line. I'm still not sold on the linebackers yet. I will say this. I know Jatavian wears 0 on offense and DeMarvion Overshown 0 on defense, of course. Their nickname is twins. They call each other twin. Jatavian wanted to wear, because you can wear the same number if that person wearing the other number is on the other side of the ball.
Right.
So Jatavian looks up to DeMarvion, and he wanted to wear number 0 this year. But both of them truly balled out. We saw that.
Yep.
DeMarvion looked slimmer, faster, stronger, and he was a major factor in the ULM game.
Well, absolutely.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up to Overshawn for sure. He's a great player, and I can't wait to see just what he's going to do the rest of the season. Like that guy a lot, and like you said, I mean, again, we can always see improvement on defense too. So some things happen there. So we'll have to kind of see just how they can hold Bama. I mean, it's going to be a huge factor. How both sides play, but our defense, I mean, we're going to have a hard team to defend against. So the work is on the table.
I'll say this to all Texas fans. Unless Texas gets blown out at home by 30 to 40 points, don't put a lot of stock into this game because of that. I heard somebody say, or I read something, I can't remember where I saw it, but they said Texas is nowhere near the company of Alabama. Well, no shit. What people I didn't understand that. That's typical some of the fan base for Texas. It's like, yeah, obviously you have 12 years of greatness. But anyway, I do think that Sark and his staff they're going to game plan to put these kids into successful opportunities, especially on offense. They got Will Anderson from Alabama, who could probably play in the NFL right now. So it's of essence to block him with as many bodies as possible.
Just throw carcasses at him.
Yeah, just throw something out there and make him trip. Something you mentioned, and I noticed it at the stadium too, but I feel like every year the game day fashion at DKR, particularly the ladies, is a pretty big deal like it is in the SEC, but it's kind of always been that way. So I'm going to go ahead and proclaim Loreal Sarkisian as the first lady of Texas football. When she is a fashion designer herself and she shows up, she rolls up to game day like this, like as she has since last year. Man, that kind of every lady in the stadium needs to level up, right?
I mean, this is huge competition. She looks like she walked off of a runway. Yeah. And I'm not sure. And her outfits are amazing, obviously. Yeah. And she's obviously strikingly beautiful. Right. But, I don't know if I could get away with wearing some of her stuff in the commoner level that I'm in. One, because I don't want to like sweat through couture. And I also don't want to be sitting in the bleacher stadium in this beautiful attire that she's in that costs Lord knows who what. So, I mean, I think wear L'Oreal's attire, you also need to be in a suite.
Yeah. But
with some AC, which I'm guessing she is.
Some plush cushion.
My attire is a little bit more practical, although I do think there is something to be said for people dressing up on game day. And I think obviously the big trend is, and you see it when I was in college too, but I see obviously the girls like to wear the boots, the cowboy boots and the dresses and the skirts and every version of burnt orange they've been able to find, be it a sock, a hat, a scarf, sunglasses, a purse, a clear purse, but the fashion is on and it is fun to see everybody's game day outfits. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like a little mini red carpet. We should have a red carpet. L'Oreal should start it.
Yeah. She is a
burnt orange carpet.
Yeah. Burnt orange carpet for the women of Texas football.
She really should. There should be like a whole fashion show. Cause I mean, it's pretty cool. Like some of the outfits you see, I'm impressed. I mean, like I've seen some really great stuff, even just the first game, and it's hot. So imagine when the temperature cools a little bit, people are gonna be busting out serious quality fashion gear. So I can't wait to see it.
Oh, I can't. But you know what? Charlie's wife, she wasn't overly visible, very sweet lady, but not overly visible. That's okay. Tom Herman's wife was somewhat visible, very visible on Twitter. Of course, it's hard to match Sally Brown.
She was like the mother. Everybody loves Sally. She was pretty fantastic.
A beautiful person through and through. Yes. And then I think Loreal, extreme, young lady, but very smart, very creative. And I think she has some philanthropic endeavors, if you will. And she's I mean, honestly, if I had a young daughter, this Loreal would be an inspiration or inspiring, because she is entrepreneurial, everything.
Yeah. And just, I mean, incredibly stylish. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. I mean, I got on her Instagram just to look at some of her outfits for a little inspiration. Obviously not going to go to her level, but I mean, she is creative to the max. And I mean, she finds some just really cool stuff that you would never even think, and puts it together and looks fantastic.
That's that was so I mean, don't sell yourself short. You had a nice game day attire yourself.
I did. I'm gonna bump it up one notch, only because it's the BAMA game. I'm gonna pull it out. I left the cowboy boots at home this last game only because of heat, stuff like that. I'm going balls to the wall on the BAMA game with my attire.
Well, honestly, the next subject, this kind of files or kind of goes under the umbrella of game day fashion. You're going to get a little hint of Tessa's game day fashion here. When we discovered something I've been looking for, I would go ahead and speak for both of us. Both of us have been looking for, and we saw it at, I don't know if we want to reveal where we found it, because it won't be a hidden gem anymore. But the mustard, Bijan mustard. So there's a scarf you alluded to. Game day atmosphere for September, ideal.
That's right. Yeah, and it's good. Bijan Mustardson is good, and appropriately placed as a condiment on tables near the stadium. So great marketing placement.
Great
by
marketing
Bijan Mustardson clan, whatever company it is that I would drop them, but I don't know who it is. But it's pretty cool. They have it on all the tables. They need to have it. You know what? I didn't know. I didn't look for it in the stadium. I think they had that giant jug of yellow, whatever that is, in the stadium for the hot dogs. They need to get Bijan Mustardson at every hot dog station.
Yeah.
Yes. I can be your marketing director if you want me to.
Yeah.
Product placement, baby.
That's what it all is. And the more visual you see that logo.
Yeah.
People sells. So I thought some people, I'm not going to say it's for everybody, but I want to say personally, I'm a mustard guy. I hate mayo. But I will say this blows my palate. This blows Grey Poupon out of the water.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I kind of agree. I don't really like Grey Poupon. It's a little too Dijon-y for me. It's got a Dijonnaise type state, and I'm not a fan of the mayo either. It's just a kind of a garbage condiment, if you ask me. But I like Bijan Mustardson, and I am going to purchase it my next grocery store visit.
I am going to buy a case.
Ooh. Get on Amazon. Buy it in bulk.
Get on Amazon. Hey, I want to throw something at you that I think is for all Longhorn fans. I think this is going to fire everyone up. I think this is going to bring a lot of chills to everybody to really emphasize the reality of what this week is.
The eyes of College game day are upon Texas.
Okay, what you didn't see, and I'm exaggerating, I think Tess jumped up and tried to touch her ceiling here on her.
I just pulled myself out of the light fixture. I saw that promo too, and I was just, beside myself. They even had let's see, the still graphic was Corso wearing the Longhorn hat at the Q&A table, which I was like, yeah. And everybody's like, he's not going to be putting on the Longhorn hat. I'm like, well, we'll see. We'll see. It's not game day yet. But I'm beyond thrilled that they're going to be on our campus. I kind of had a feeling that they were alluding to it at their Ohio State game day this last weekend. And Herb Street was kind of, throwing little plugs. And I said, oh, they're totally going to be at Texas for the Alabama game. Yeah. And as they should, because this is such a rare occurrance. And obviously, I think game day likes to come to UT because
they love Austin.
Fun as hell. And, maybe Matthew McConaughey will show up in like some burnt orange Cadillac and all that kind of good stuff. And I can't wait to see it. So pumped.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be because they'll arrive Wednesday or Thursday, or probably Wednesday for site survey. They may be here tomorrow.
Actually, the whole week.
Wednesday, and then just a fun week. And then, of course, Friday they'll have all those hits on live ESPN, all the platforms they have. And then now, what I've been told is that we should probably arrive at 8 a.m. on Saturday.
Oh, okay. That's earlier than I thought.
I was like,
okay, we can do it. We can do it. I'm gonna be very good on Friday. I've
got a Thursday night game that I do for high school on the side, and then so Fridays go to bed early.
Yeah, it's a school night.
It is.
School night. It's Friday night, school night. That's how you got to look at it. So I'm going to be in my biscuit.
Hydrated,
fresh and clean for the BAMA game.
So fresh and so clean. Hey, last week we had our first pick'em segment that we pick him, and, she kind of leads the way. So Arkansas defeated Cincinnati. Well, a friend of mine, got to give her a shout out. She's done some amazing things in her career. We both worked in the Oklahoma City TV market. She was at the NBC. I was Fox. Tiffany Blackman, her hustle is outmatched. She does sideline reporting for NFL Network and now ESPN for college. And I'm really proud of her, but Coach Pittman, the Arkansas coach, who has really revived that program. This is absolutely hilarious what she asked Coach Pittman at the end after they beat Cincinnati in Fayetteville. You'll love this.
He's a good player.
Coach, I asked you what the host of this party was going to be serving up today. What's the drink of choice tonight?
Well, I'm not promoting it, but I like some old cold beer. I think I'm going to have one. I'm not promoting it now.
Enjoy it, Coach Pittman. Thank you.
Go Hogs.
He had to add that disclaimer. So he
was not promoting it.
Absolutely not promoting it. But I'm going to go enjoy one like the adult I am because I just want to keep looking.
Beth, I won't name universities or which campus this is, but I'm sure it's not the only one. I'm protecting the innocent here. There is a certain coach's office, I could say in the state of Texas, because there's a lot of coaches' offices. There's a certain beer in their coach's office refrigerator. It's full.
Okay.
Very proud. I had my respect factor went up for this Fine American 1,000 times when I saw that, and I gladly helped him empty about 2 or 3.
They're perfect. Oh, 2 or 3. Okay.
Put a little dent into it.
You always say less than you actually had.
Yeah.
So that means you had 6.
I had 1, sir. Ma'am.
That means you had a 6-pack.
I had a 6-pack.
Well, he's prepared.
You know what? That's called being prepared. Mm-hmm. And one thing I know that you did really well last week on your pick'em. this week's kind of interesting. We have a bunch of private schools, which is, that's good, but it's just very rare to have so many for 1 week. So these are games that we deem as to keep an eye on, and teams that are doing pretty well so far. But Wake Forest, number 22 in the country, ACC versus SEC. Vanderbilt is 2-0 in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of mine, Clint Small, Vanderbilt was a loafing around offensive lineman from Austin High School from before our days. A few years. I'm not going to age him that bad, but Vandergrift, Wake Forest. Then we have U of H and Texas Tech. Taj Brooks.
Vandergrift.
Yeah. Did I say Vandergrift?
There's a high school going to play Wake Forest this weekend.
Oh, my God. I said Vandergrift. Vanderbilt. U of H, Dana Holgerson's group, who barely got by our guys, UTSA. Taj Brooks, the running back from Manor, who is running back for Texas Tech, had 3 touchdowns in Texas Tech's opener. And then we just go around, and we'll go one by one. Wake Forest, Vanderbilt, not Vandergrift. That's hard to pick because we don't know a lot about the two except
yeah.
Well, who would you? It looks like they're in Nashville.
Okay. So they're at Vandergrift.
Yeah, Vandergrift, right around. They're playing off 22-22.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I don't know, because this might be my one little upset. So since Vandy's not ranked, maybe I'll pick Vandy to beat Wake Forest.
There you go.
Since they're playing at home.
Yeah, I like it. I think Vanderbilt's got some momentum. I saw them play Hawaii. I know Hawaii's garbage, but they beat them soundly in Honolulu.
Yeah, so that could be an interesting game.
I know A&M former students or Aggies are going to hate me for that logo there. That's the best one I could find today that I could use.
Why do you care what they think?
I know that's true. But they're number 6 in the country, and they're playing Appalachian State and College Station, team that probably should have beaten Mac Brown, North Carolina.
Yeah. Well, I hate saying it, but A&M should that. Even though I think they won last week looking kind of just, mediocre. Even though they won, I would be shocked if they didn't win this game. But, Appalachian State may come in and I don't know. They're a hard playing team, but A&M needs to win this game and they need to win big.
Yeah. I want to say A&M wins, but by far less than most are saying.
Yeah, we might get surprised by what Appalachian State does.
The Appy State, the Mountaineers. It's a beautiful campus.
Yes. Yes. Well, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Aggies on this one.
Yeah, you and I both. Dana Holgerson and his Cougars in a 3 overtime win at the Alamo Dome. I don't know if it was a sellout, but it was a packed house at the Alamo Dome. 3 overtimes to beat UT San Antonio. Playing Texas Tech. I want to say this game's in Houston.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Because they were in San Antonio the last. Oh well, yeah, it doesn't matter. But they were in San Antonio, weren't they? At the Alamo Dome.
Yes, and I want to say they play this game. Let me see. I want to say at NRG, but I really don't know.
Okay.
No, it's up in Lubbock.
Oh, it's always hard. Okay. Home at Lubbock.
Joey McGuire, the new coach.
Yeah, but they also need to win this game after that squeaker last week. So,
keep in mind,
I think I'm going to go with the Cougars.
You are?
Yeah.
So, Dana Holgerson spent some time, I can't remember what coaching staff, I think with Leach at Texas Tech. So, I have no idea which direction I'm going with this. But I want to say Texas Tech upsets the Cougars to get Joey McGuire's first big win.
Okay. It's going to be a hard game playing Tech at home.
Yeah.
But So, okay. So who did you pick the first? You picked
I picked
Vandy, A&M, and Tech?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Vandy, A&M, and Houston. Okay.
Houston. Now we got a holy war. The Baptist and the Mormons. Provo, Utah. Now, last year, Baylor beat Brigham Young on their way to the Big 12 championship. So wow. So I'm trying to figure out, is this one okay? Yeah, this is in. Holy crap! Tickets are only $59 in Provo, Utah. Oh,
that's not a good sign when your tickets are cheap.
No,
you don't want your tickets to be cheap.
Have you seen Mormon Girls of TikTok? By the way, I saw that by accident.
Do you want to unsee it or?
Well, it wasn't. I didn't see anything. I was like, why do y'all? It was a hashtag about this game.
Oh, okay.
Mormon Girls of TikTok.
Sounds exhilarating.
Like I was waiting for the OnlyFans account to link to that. That's what I thought was next.
There's no Mormons on OnlyFans. You're gonna look for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Baylor on this game.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Cougs.
Oh, okay. So we've got two that we chose different on. Okay, I like it.
I think Baylor's pretty good, but this is on Provo, and I always think BYU is they really shot. They had 2 games in which they really shot people. They're always physical and pretty good.
Okay.
I'll take BYU in this one.
Okay, I like it.
So each of you watching Tuesdays with Tess, submit your picks right now, right now. Twitter @StoriesManCave, Instagram page. If you see this, post your responses, play along with us, and even on the Facebook page of this episode, comment with your picks.
You need to keep our scorecard, Sean.
I need to do this as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, so I can see how I'm going to beat you.
No excuses. None. She's giddy. Tess is giddy. Are you ready to even make a prediction, or are you going to just make a statement?
Oh, gosh.
About the game? I can't make predictions.
No, I can't make predictions. I just, all I ever hope for us is that we come out there and we play our best.
Yeah. And
try our hardest and don't give up. And, that's kind of my whole mantra in life in general. So it's like, you can't fault anybody when they go out there and they gave it their 100%. They gave it their all. That's all I want them to do. And I will be happy. And if that results in a win, then, oh my gosh, it'll be one of the greatest days of my life. I mean, I have a couple of my favorite all-time University of Texas wins. Obviously, national championship, Rose Bowl against Michigan, beating Nebraska back when Nebraska was, in fuego. But I think this would be huge and a lot of fun. But I just want it to be a good game. That's really all I want, and that'll make me happy. I'm happy to be there. I'm happy to witness it. So
yeah, it's going to be a spectacle to watch greatness.
Yes,
what greatness truly is, and what the Texas program could be.
That's right.
It's sometime.
That's right. So it's going to be interesting just to see them playing against the number 1 team.
Yeah.
And how do we look and how do we perform? Because it'll just be it'll set a lot of bars and baselines. So I'm just excited to see what happens. So and it's going to be fun as hell. So let's just not forget about that. It's all about having fun.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
All about having fun.
I'll say this.
To go out there and have fun.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll say this for Tess. I'll say it for Honest AC and Plumbing. And I'll say it for everyone who just loves this great game, who has been to that great venue, DKR. There's a lot of great venues in the state of Texas. But this is an opportunity that for anyone who plays it, who the current Longhorns, you have an opportunity to really find out who you really are, and you have an opportunity to play at a level that maybe you weren't aware of that you could. A lot of things are all talk. This is where your talk really, you're able to elevate your level of your physical level where you really meet that potential. There's so much talk about meeting potential, the mind game, developing your mind, but this is where everyone needs to be together and to reach that certain level, and that includes the fans. Like, there should be no hand sitting ever. No. This is the audition for the SEC to see how to act like a real fan.
Stand up.
Yeah, at 100%.
The whole game.
The entire game. And if you don't like it,
you can sit when you get home.
Yeah.
You can sit in your car when you're waiting to get out of the parking garage.
Go to the house if you don't like it.
That's right.
That's all I got to say.
Stay at home on your couch. You're not going to stand up and cheer.
Oh my, how things have changed. Remember when we were young, we used to say, why do the Aggies stand for the entire game? Now we want to do it.
We all need to be standing up on Saturday. We should stand every Saturday.
Yeah. And like the great Coach Mo said, wake yo ass up.
Nothing's going to get handed to you. Nothing in life is going to be handed to you. So you got to go and get it. Wake your ass up.
It's 11 a.m. kickoff. That reminds me. I want to try to get 2 wake your ass up hats from Coach Mo. Maybe we wear those.
Okay, let's do it.
That would be perfect. Oh my God. Let's do it.
All right.
Coach Mo.
I'll wear it the next episode. I'll take off my visor. I'll put on the hat.
Oh my God. Her Bob Stoops burnt orange visor. I'm just kidding. He never wore
I hate that you're comparing me to that person, but I'll go. I just had to bust out the visor today.
That's real nice. It's a good look.
That's real nice, Clark.
That's real nice, Clark.
That's real nice, Clark.
If I did that, it'd be the reverse skunk with the sunburn. Really would. Not a good look.
If we win, we may have to do that look. That may be. We haven't made any bets yet, so.
Oh, that's right. That has to happen. Yeah. I can't make predictions, though. All I got to say is
no predictions.
Win or lose, Texas needs to use this as to really determine their potential.
Absolutely.
Of growth. Oh, almost lost that. That kind of night. It tells you how excited I am. I keep knocking things off. I'm disheveled.
Get your shit together.
Get my shit together. Let's roll. 4 tests with Tuesdays with Tests. Installment number 3. We out.